Yeah, he's in light heavyweight. All right. Actually, he's also in middleweight too, so I'm also show that. Yes, I'm showcasing Mr. Anthony Smith. He's fighting against Ryan Spann this weekend on the Holloway versus Chang Sung Jung card. Now, interesting thing about him in middleweight, he actually has more perks than he does in light heavyweight, even though light heavyweight is where he had his title run. So, yeah, a lot of his perks in middleweight are significantly better meta-wise, with laser focus, razor wire, higher altitude, wake-up call, carved of wood. And he has good move levels, punching-wise and everything else. The real thing that kills him is his character model. His character model, unfortunately, does suffer from the penalty that a lot of taller fighters tend to have. So because of that penalty that he suffers, it makes it very, very difficult for him to work against, using a middleweight going against Robert Whittaker is pretty much a death wish. And light heavyweight, guys who are just fast in the pocket are going to be fast in the pocket. See here, he has 4 perks in light heavyweight, but the difference is he has slippery. He's missing 1 perk. He doesn't have the higher altitude perk. And the stats are relatively the same, and the move levels are also going to be relatively the same. So it's a bit of a interesting conundrum with him. He is moveset wise a decent 4-star fighter, and we'll show you that in a moment. But yeah, like his character model, you see, he got big old head, just doesn't flow. It just does not flow. Level 4 jab, level 3 cross, level 3 lead hook. That helps him out to an extent, but because everything is so slow on execution, it really, really hurts him. You can't do a performance like the way he was the first 2 rounds against Glover Teixeira until he gassed out, which is why his cardio is the way it is. Because he tried to throw a pace that he couldn't sustain. But, for what it's worth, he was able to kind of throw those strikes at a nice flow. And, grappling-wise, he is, I think he's a black belt. He has pretty much, good jiu-jitsu, good chokes. Orthodox chokes are really his best friend, and a bunch of leg chokes. So, yeah. Also, nice level 4 elbow, which actually does more damage than Jamal Hill's elbow, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So, yeah, we're going to head to Ranked Championships and go have some fun. Gotta make sure the settings is right, so we have a hard off for Make Our Life Harder. Fierce Deity, 717, okie dokie. Going against Mr. 5-star John Jones, and off rip, he goes for a low single. Okay, checks our kick. Sucks. We're trying to make the calf kicks work. Ah, for fuck's sake. Ay, ay, ay. Gotta get this guy down. I'm not dealing with that shit. Especially with Anthony Smith, it's going to be very difficult to deal with somebody who's Beyblading like that. And this guy's undeniable faking. Okay. Hey, this guy's an alt. Or he's one of those guys, may watch one of my videos and I do this shit. Because not a lot of people still know how to hit them undeniable fakes well. He fucked up there. Let's get his back. No. Bulldog choke. Indeed. Now, the chances of us choking out of John Jones is not really that high. Unless... Hold on. This guy's sub-defense is suspect as fuck. Oh, yeah, we're definitely got it. We got to keep this guy on the ground. Yeah, this seems to be one of those cases where the guy uses John Jones to do all the cheese. This is why I never dropped the tier list video. And part of the reason I never dropped the tier list video is because, well... The next game's coming out, so I figured it's too late now in the game cycle to really drop a tier list. But John Jones was like my S++ tier in terms of like fighters, right? Because I consider ease of use a factor when it comes to how OP a fighter is. Like, fuck that. Can this fighter, if you put him in the hands of a noob, can he still give good players a tough time? And the answer is yes. If you teach anybody the basic things with John Jones, Sotogari, the glitch kick that he has, the spinning elbows that are almost invulnerable for a fuck ton of shit, it is so ridiculously broken. I could get my 12-year-old brother and he would frustrate a lot of players on the feet simply doing that cheesy shit, which is why I deem John Jones as probably one of the most OP fighters in the game. Peter Yan is like right behind him because he doesn't have the glitch kick. But either way, still fucking, Sotogaris and everything else. And better boxing. And he's going to reverse us, but that's fine. We're pretty good off our back. I'm gonna try to maybe. Nope. Okay. Scribble did that. Nope. Let's try it. Throw up a triangle. Smith has some good triangles in his career. Usually, you know, off rip, if I didn't get spinning elbow, I would have been able to go into my usual spiel where I'm talking about, you know, what to expect from Anthony Smith. But what I will say is, yeah, we're not gonna have enough time to finish this. But yeah, this guy's sub defense is not that good. So, what I will say about Anthony Smith, right? And I believe his fight against Ryan Spann is a rematch. I think he submitted him the first time, and it was like a couple years back. But Anthony Smith, he's kind of like fallen short in the fights that he's needed to win. I think it was the Alexander Rakic fight, was it? Or it was the Magomed Ankalaev. I think one of those fights where his like foot got kind of fucked up. It was really, really bad. But, you know, he's beaten former UFC champions. You know, he beat Rashad Evans. Obviously, that was his light heavyweight debut. Rashad Evans definitely probably shouldn't have been fighting at that point. But then he beat Shogun Rua, beat him. And then beat Volkan Ozdemir. I think the Volkan Ozdemir, even though he was not a fucking former champion, of course he denies the spear. And the Volkan Ozdemir win was a really, really big one for Anthony Smith. Because I know that Rashad Evans had lost 2 splits in a couple of fights before that. Yeah, so you're like, if you beat those guys, doesn't mean anything too crazy. But I also remember when he fought Shogun Rua, I think Shogun Rua was on a 3-fight winning streak, if I'm not mistaken. And then when he beat Volkan Ozdemir, so that's cool. See, this is what happens when we're trying to talk and we're trying to inform the people about Anthony Smith, because not a lot of people know about this guy's career. And you're just out here being a fucking milk dud and just ruining my jam, brother. So now I got an undeniable fake you while I talk. So I believe he had just lost to Daniel Cormier. So that was he just competed for the light heavyweight title, and then Anthony Smith fought him and kind of proved that he was next in line. Reversal, you fool. I'm so glad he has that. Oh, we're going to keep you here. We're going to keep you here real good, John Jones. Oh, we're going to keep you. We remember what you said. Oh, we remember what you said about. You said some shit about Anthony Smith's family, right? You said that shit, right? You said can't defend himself against an intruder, so how he gonna defend himself against me, or some shit like that. You said it's not lucky. Well, now we got you virtually. We can make you pay virtually. And somewhere in some universe, this is gonna happen. Now we're not gonna get this choke, but with this is definitely gonna help set us up for another submission. So, because at least the deeper you get into the choke, the more it takes away from short-term stamina. So let's see. Yep, he has it. We got it. Lock that bitch up. Mr. Inverted Triangle. The side saddle arm triangle and I said side saddle arm triangle. Yeah, side saddle arm triangle and the inverted triangle from side control. They mesh together really, really well. As well as like the bulldog choke does with the guillotine if you end up in front headlock, or if they end up taking your back with the wrong knee bar. Those submissions flow up. And just like the flow of the water, this brother has found himself lost in the sea that is UFC 4 cheese. This is usually the game with, John Jones players. But a lot of the stuff that, you know what? At this point, can I even blame them? I mean, you have the choice to play like that. You always have the choice to play like that. But it's just a bat signal to EA. Please, put an end to this spinning nonsense. Por favor. Please. Let's double check real quick. Okay. You always got double check, because recently I've been changing my settings, and it hasn't been going back to the no HUD how I like to do it for my showcases. Just a better immersive experience. Going against Khalil Roundtree, recently added and recently picked up another vicious fucking finish. And if you guys want me to showcase him again, I will gladly do that. Just let me know, and I will absolutely fucking do it. Well. So we're going to try to work a little bit of, we'll try to kick back and forth with round 2, right now. Let's see what this guy has to offer. Let's play our role here, right? Because Smith, he has a tendency of kind of playing to the strengths of his opponents or waiting too long to get to his game plan. So if we really want to make this a quality a quality Anthony Smith. We're gonna have to get all the good stuff and the bad stuff. Good knee up the middle. See, like, he has a lot of submission wins in his resume. Like, a lot of submission wins in his resume. And he's pulled off some crazy stuff. I still won't forget, though, like, I think he has, like, 14 wins by submission. You know, like, 20 wins by knockout. Now, granted, his record isn't exactly the prettiest, you know, 36 and 18. But the guy has been around. And I am hoping that he's able, you know, they're giving him a rematch against his opponent, Ryan Spann. You know, he submitted him before by rear naked choke. But the difference is, I think they're in two different places in their career now, right? I mean, I think Ryan Spann just lost. But, you know, he was on a win streak before then. I'm going to take it down now. And he was submitted via triangle choke, I believe. I think he actually tried to take Nikita Krylov down. I forgot how it was. But I remember vividly, like, going, why the hell did Ryan Spann do that when he let himself get submitted? So maybe I got to rewatch that. But Ryan Spann's not in the game, so maybe I don't have a reason to rewatch it. But for Smith, you know, the path to victory is there. It's going to be grappling, right? Your opponent, you know, he's been submitted plenty of times. A lot of his losses, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was about like 3 of his losses out of the 8 that he has come by submission. I could be wrong, could be 3 or 4, maybe 2. But either way, that's his path to victory. So we're going to have to try to stay relatively consistent. Gonna keep threatening from the front headlock. Now, for my members videos and whatnot, like, there's a lot of the members videos, all the members have access to them, but I am going to be releasing for the regional members and above. So above, like, the amateur fighters, because those are the guys only pay like the lowest amount. For the regional ones, they're gonna get a little bit of special sauce with regards to the stages and chaining them all together. But if you what the fuck just happened? That's that early morning stutter. I'm really trying to get out all these showcases out for y'all, yo. I'm really trying my best. I really am. But what I was gonna say is that sauce. That's sauce. That the guillotine, the first stage of the front headlock, right? Look at all this damage I got from here. The first stage of that front headlock, when you go for the guillotine, you can always cancel that first stage. Now remember something though, when you cancel it, it does kind of give your opponent like some like pseudo points in the 3rd tier of the judging, where it's like an escape. The deeper the sub is, the more you score. So it's really important. I just want to touch gloves. It's really important that you know where you have to cancel your submission, because so I don't want to cancel a submission and then give my opponent mount. I don't want to cancel submission and give my opponent knee on belly or side control. If I'm going to cancel any submission, I would rather end up either holding back control, and at the very least, if they reverse my position, I'd rather have full guard, unless I have some nasty stuff in bottom half guard. Oh, okay. Don't you start. Don't you start. Okay. Keep it clean. I like the way you were fighting before. But I saw a knee start out with an elbow, start off with one of your combos. And if that's a precursor to shenanigans, I'm not going to be happy about that. Because I'll be very disappointed. I like the way you're working that jab, you know. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 combination, you know, the good old classic there. Nice little body kick. You're not really fighting like Khalil. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Oh, jeez. There's nothing like having your opponent miss a forward moving strike, and they should be primed to get taken down, and the game just makes you do a pitiful hug into the air. Don't you love that? But yeah, you know, you're not doing the alright, that's a knee. The knee's fine. But I'm just throwing, you know, just gotta give you a little bit of elbows there. Gotta work these clinch elbows. Oh, brother, you gotta, what the hell? What is that? You're making Khalil look... Brother, stop. You have such a beautiful moveset with Khalil Roundtree. And you know what I just noticed? You are in fucking Orthodox. Why are you in Orthodox with Khalil Roundtree? See, this is why you're losing these exchanges to Anthony Smith. And you're popping, you do... There's the Nemo. But you're popping and you're popping and you're not really getting anything off. And I am wondering, like, damn, I should have really gotten rocked or something at some point. But his switch stance ain't that high. What? See, why are you doing this to yourself? Oh, there's a Nebo. Now you're disappointing me. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, gosh. If it didn't... Oh, it didn't feel like I was walking underwater with, like, sand tied around my ankles. I'd be able to counter you much easier. But because I have fucking Anthony Smith, Mr. Lionheart, I'm not going to be able to do that. Oh, my God. He's so slow. Aggravatingly slow. Oh. Oh! For shame, Khalil. Brother. Alright. That's interesting round right there. Nothing too crazy. I'm trying to get like it's alright, they're showing our highlights there. We know we did a good amount of body damage in the first round. Being able to have like a whole minute of working somebody in the front headlock position really helps you build body damage. Maybe that's why they're kind of showing that little highlight there. But, you know, it's still Khalil Roundtree. Now, Khalil Roundtree doesn't have the best cardio, and neither do we. But he completely outclasses us in power. But this guy kind of decided to nerf himself for me, which I guess I'll say thank you. Because right now, because his switch stance is the way it is, I don't, for fuck's sake. Khalil's switch stance is like, I actually double check. I just know it's not high. Like, I know that Khalil's power is like 97 or some shit like that, or I think it's like 97. Nebo. And if his switch stance is like in the 85s or lower, then you're really only getting like 93 power with Khalil right now in Orthodox, and I can happily trade with that. Smith has a decent switch stance, not the highest switch stance, but decent one. They got you down, bro. You've been throwing way too many Nebos for my liking, bro. Way too many. I remember B-Dubs. Who's big? Oh, goddamn! Brother, I yawned so hard I almost fucked up this choke. But as I'll say, it was B-Dubs and Anthony Smith was fighting John Jones. John Jones had illegally kneed him, and Smith did not take the belt that way. Jones goes on to win a unanimous decision, right? Now, in every other circumstance, you know, people say, you know, he's such a warrior for going on and allowing himself to get pummeled, right? We're going to forget you. You know, not allowing himself to get pummeled or whatnot for another round or two in a fight that he was clearly losing. It wasn't like Sterling at least won 2 rounds on one of the judges' scorecards. And of course, like, you know, got fucking kneed bad and sent pretty damn far. But, you know, Smith was kneed. And you know what ended up happening though? Right? He ended up not doing that and, you know, didn't get the championship. And then John Jones ended up talking about dude's family, saying, hey, he's lucky that guy wasn't me. On some fucked up shit. Deleted the tweet as John Jones likes to do. Okay, nice. And then you could only wonder if you're Anthony Smith, like, dude, I really should have said fuck you to this guy and just taken the belt. Because honestly, if you're, of course, honestly, if you think about it, it's going to pop up right up there and we'll take it back. If you think about it, you know, like, take the fucking belt, right? Whatever. DQ, he legitimately fucking fouled the fuck out of you. You're going to be guaranteed a rematch anyways. And you're going to be able to negotiate it at a higher pay. Don't let the UFC fool you with the warrior talk. Like, it's one thing if the guy didn't foul you, right? If you're just bullshitting, if you're like trying to front just to get rest or et cetera, then I kind of look at you like, all right, bro, you like, fuck. Pulled, and that's why that shit was body off me. But, you know, if it's not legit, it's like, all right, bro. But if it's a legit foul, I understand. It's like, why are we in an age where we're blaming the dude who got fouled for taking the best option for himself because he could have received irreparable damage? This guy's pressing hard. Boop, boop. That's a rock. It's a rock. That's a hard rock. I can tell. Left foot elbow. That's how you throw a proper elbow knee. The clinch. Shit! Goddamn! Bro, I've been at it with these showcases for a minute now. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's cool, Khalil. Oh, dude. Ah, I didn't cut through. Like, I just got done with, like, 2 of the other ones. And I figured, you know what? On this happy morning. Uh-oh. Let's get some of this work done. Ooh, brother, man. I'm going back hunting. I'm going to hunt your back. I'm going to hunt your back. Come here. Bring that over here. Oh, you're not going nowhere, Mr. Knee Elbow. You're not going nowhere. We're going to take this show. We're going to sing this show game. Let's sing this show game real quick. This is pretty much going to be a wrap. This show is so fucking busted. This show is so fucking busted. We don't look. We don't even have to go. I mean, this sub defense is actually horrible. I've escaped some rear naked chokes, but this shit is dumb strong. But hey, we got the high level move levels, and we got to stick to it, right? 14 wins by sub. Might as well get it. There we go. Let's get it quit. No quit. No quit. Cool. Not like the Jones. Thank you for not quitting. Man. Feels like more like I'm instead of like actually breaking down what Anthony Smith needs to do, like I'm just kind of giving like a little, you know, you ever play like one of those games that kind of like it's like a side scroller and it's kind of like a story being told. It feels like that. It feels like it's my type of vibe for this video. I think I'll keep it this way. I think I'll do the talking maybe for the last fight then, in terms of what he needs to do. But I think he already knows what he needs to do. Like what we did to this Khalil right here. He took his back. We choky. We ain't gonna nights. No more knees and elbows. You can leave us alone now. And never have to torture us again. I like that, yeah. This big ass fucking UFC cap. And Khalil got the OG. Let me get the OG haircut when your mama don't want to let you keep the curls on your head, bro. Bold as hell. Alright, this is gonna be the last one. We gotta do some talking about this Ryan Spann fellow, right? Ryan Spann, for all intents and purposes, is we got one of those. We got one of these guys. But for all intents and purposes with Ryan Spann, he super athletic, hellacious power behind his hands, but just a lot of deficiencies grappling. So if there's been a common theme when it comes to being an anti-grappler, it's lateral movement and then having offense moving laterally. You have to drill having offense moving laterally. Because for as many times people say you can't generate power going backwards, it's been plenty of times disproven that is a fucking lie. So if you're looking to offset a grappler, lateral movement and then having offense built off that lateral movement, whether it's going to be feints, whether it's going to be, you know, intercept strikes that are like non-committals, you don't throw yourself out of position, that's going to help you immensely. And then having a system of defense to stop the grappler from taking you down against the fence. Part of why Khabib was so successful with working people by the fence that he had a set system that he followed. A lot of MMA fighters, the cage already does a lot of work for you defensively. So when you get brought to the cage, some guys, they don't even need a system. They just kind of let the cage do the work. They split their legs and then they probably try to look to force escape. Where you start to have a problem is when you don't really have a system of escaping and things that you have to recognize. So ideally, if you're by the cage, right? So Anthony Smith here, you know, the ball man we're using with the tattoos, if he wants to secure a takedown by the from the cage, right? More likely than not, if he's not the type of guy who's going to be locking up body locks or doing inside trips or foot sweeps or anything, a lot of his takedowns are going to have to come from locking his hands together. So the person who's by the cage, in this case we're talking about Ryan Spann, Ryan Spann's going to need to make sure that his hands never lock, so, you know, the outcome of their last fight doesn't repeat itself. But I think Anthony will be really aggressive with kicks. I think he'll be really aggressive with a lot of round kicks early. I think he'll use that to corral Ryan Spann into defense. Be aware of his, I think it's like a right hand counter. Could be a left hand. I think it might be a right hand counter from Ryan Spann that he has to be very aware of. And if with that, I think Anthony Smith will be He'll be fine. You know, he'll be fine. He's gotta be aware, right? He's a professional fighter, though. He's been around. He's been doing the analyst stuff, so he knows his shit. Right, but you know that lackluster fight against Johnny Walker. Oh man, that fight was not a good fight for him at all. I was very, 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 very disappointed at that fight. It was not a good fight. It was like a 3-round decision fight. I think Johnny did his thing, but it wasn't exactly like it wasn't the most exciting bout. You know, he fought extremely smart though. But I just wonder with Smith is like the knee injury or the foot, not even a knee, it was like a shin injury, whatever it was a foot. I know it was a lower extremity injury. That's definitely like been weighing on his mental. So that's definitely something that I know Ryan Span's probably gonna be looking to target. But for Smith, he does his best work when he's able to blend everything together, and it's blending in his front kicks and using his size, blending in his calf kicks, keeping people at the end of a very stiff jab, which is why his jab is level 4. Because when he works that jab, it's a thing of beauty. He's an underappreciated fighter in the UFC when he does things correctly.
And he landed the right hand there. Over and over, he landed these big
Pop that there. And this Blachowicz. Oh, sneaky. Mr. Martial Mind there. This Blachowicz is sticking to a specific game plan, and a lot of people do this. Like they will stick to their shot selection of 5 or 6 strikes, and they will constantly cycle between those 2 or 3. So, on top of that, his footwork is also annoying me. It's a lot. You see how he's just fuzzy blocking? It's just high, low, high, low, high, low, and able to move casually and then deny me of my turn because he was holding low block. Fuck you. It's it's double jab. Right, then it's a jab leg kick. I think he'll probably throw. What's it gonna be? Yeah, a hook. Just like little stuff to kind of. Damn! Sorry. The little stuff that's gonna be kind of just build up, right? It's just building up. A lot of times, what happens is like these guys are so set on their game plan. They will not deviate, and they'll just wait for you to make a mistake. And that's what this guy's waiting for. Come on, bro. But he's kind of making a mistake himself. He's putting himself against the cage. Like, you're giving me grapple advantage, and it's not a smart idea. Not that. Pass to the side control. Is side control. Couldn't deny that because we didn't do it. It's cool. But yeah, people will literally sit and do that for like 5 rounds. I think it's the hardest thing about streaming too. It's like some people like they're just when I'm streaming, right? I always tell Marshall, I'm like, yo, bro. Marshall always wants me to go like super fucking try hard every time I stream. And I tell this Nigerian motherfucker, my bro, as we look for this rear naked choke here, I'm like, bro, if I go super try hard, full Vegas every single time I get on this game, I ain't gonna be playing this game for much longer. That's just not good for my sanity. It's one thing to do spars with like my subscribers and spars with my friends and shit like that, but super try hard is not a mental state I like to be in all the time. I like to just, winning is nice. Everybody likes winning. Like this guy likes posturing up and throwing punches at me. But it's just a time and place for everything, and I always feel that nobody wants a content creator that's super I mean, some people do, but I always feel like if you take yourself too seriously in some aspects, obviously there's a certain line where you have to respect yourself in terms of what you do. But if you try to just go super hard for everything, it just doesn't help. Like certain things I don't stand for, though. I obviously don't stand for like stream sniping. Don't stand for like people intentionally trying to smurf me when I'm like little shit like that annoys me. But for the most part, like we're just trying to have a good time, have some moments happen, and do the best work that we can with the fighters that we're using. Like Anthony ball-headed ass Lionheart Smith. The kick, man, those kicks are really good. Those animations make the kicks really feel good. Like the kicks with Blachowicz, like the way that he's kicking and it's actually like turning my knee inside because he's kicking me in that spot, the sweet spot they call it. Like it actually gives it an authentic feeling with the kicks, and I like that a lot. Hey, babe. Clinch elbow. We gotta make the clinch work. This position could be so much better. Whoa! Scramble. Pero no, you're not free. You're not free, my friend. You thought you was done. You were wrong. I had another takedown for you. Now I have you back inside control. We have an inverted triangle from here. Oh, we got a denial. Couldn't get a denial there. Smart, smart, smart. No. Wait a second. Here we go. Attacking the back. Nice. This time he's smart. Reverse me. I dare you. No, he's not going to reverse me. He's up. Knee his booty. Knee again. And down he goes. We got a minute and 52 left. Well, Kimura. Nah, we probably don't. Yeah, his body is toast. The body is toast. We can play as methodical as we need. This is the type of performance, like, y'all remember when Anthony Smith fought Alexander Gustafsson? Like, that performance right there was, I was like, holy shit, he just did that shit to Gus? That shit's filthy as hell. He did his goddamn thing. Uh-oh. You sweep me? Ah, you bastard, you swept me. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. We got a nice guard, though. Don't let me get no denials, though. Oh-ho! Ho-ho! Triangle! Throwing them long-ass legs. Throwing them long-ass legs around. Don't cinch up a triangle. Kurt Hollowball triangle. Uh-oh. Ooh! Ooh! We might have ourselves a buzzer beater. Might have ourselves a buzzer beater. No, I guess not. Okay. Oh! Oh, nah! Oh, Smith, you a dickhead! Why did that go through? What? Nah, you a bona fide dickhead. The round was... It's going to say I finished this dude at exactly 5 minutes of round 3. Wow. Did I secure the sub and the animation just didn't play on time? God damn, busting this shit. Blachowicz did not want to tap. God. Hello. Well, shit. You know what? I'll take my fortune where it is. That's unfortunate for that guy. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. That's going to be a good end for Mr. Lionheart Smith here. Is he going to repeat the victory that he got before over Ryan Spann? Very likely. So let me know what you like the most about the showcase. I know it's going to be a pretty long one. I appreciate all of you. Like, don't forget to comment. Subscribe if you already haven't. Verse 17. I'm out of here. Much love.